Hi everyone, today I'm doing my stock market portfolio review for October 2019, which is one of my favourite videos that I do because I don't really see too many YouTubers doing this and showing how their portfolio has done throughout the year and this month. And also it's a really good way to see which stocks are doing really well, which are doing really bad, and which stocks I could add in, and all them sort of things where I talk about what I'm planning to do going forward from here. But stock market for October was actually a pretty good month, some really strong earnings. The stock market in general went up. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to bring up my document that shows all the returns for my stocks that I currently own, and we'll go through it. And the aim is to see if we can beat the S&P 500. That's what we've done the previous 2 years. So we're trying to make it three years on the road right now. But it's been a bit of a closer year this year, and last video, as you know if you're watching the videos in the series, I actually fell behind the S&P 500 last month. So it would be good to see now if we have been able to overtake the S&P 500 again. But all these stocks, guys, are long-term holds, and as well as that, one thing I always say, guys, is that the actual percentage and return is just slightly not 100% correct because some positions are not the correct size. But at the same time, it gives you an idea of the rough portfolio return against the S&P 500. So what I'm going to do now, guys, is going to bring the document up and we'll have a look at how things have done. So guys, if we go to October on our chart now, JD had a strong month. We had 12.48% from them. Microsoft was one of their quieter months, 0.71%, and it also did not move too much off earnings to give it such a good return. But overall, Microsoft's still one of our best stock in the portfolio for this year, with a 34% year-to-date return. Apple is one we've sold, J&J 0.15%, and they didn't really do too much. It has been generally a quiet year for them. Visa 4.55%, some decent earnings from them. Constellation Brands is the one that we sold. We've got Facebook that had a 6.36% return on October. Walgreens 0.86% return, CBR 0.45%, CCL 1.08%. Barber had a decent month on 6.85%, and then we have the two really big movers, which was Tesla that went up 36% in October, and we had Align Technology that just beat it at 38%. So two really good stocks there this month. Altria was another good stock on 12.44%. The only annoying thing about that is that I now cannot really buy any more shares in Altria at these prices, but there we go. Aurora Cannabis, one of my kind of risky small percent plays, that's down 20%, and Uber 3.81%. So as you can tell, guys, that was a pretty strong month. We had some good stocks for good returns from Tesla and Align. That gave us a 7.4% return in October. Now the S&P actually did 2.11%, so we actually did quite well. We pretty much did an over 5% beat on the S&P, which is really good. And it's always easy when the stock market goes up to beat it because a lot of the individual stocks will do better. And that gave us a year-to-date return now of 20.49%. And the S&P is on 17.83%. So we've got a slight little lead there, nearly a 3% lead. So we've got 2 months left, and hopefully on November and December we get a Christmas rally, and that will hopefully beat us to our leaders to 3 consecutive years of beating the S&P 500. We'll see what happens. Like I say, it really helps with Tesla and Align pulling out some great couple of earnings right there. Portfolio wise, there's not too much I'm going to change, guys. I'm looking at JD and maybe selling a few more shares in JD. Stock wise, there's not really any stocks I'm probably going to buy unless iRobot drops from the China trade war, because I've not gone and bought it yet. It kind of like jumped quite a lot after the next day of its earnings, and it kind of got to prices I was like, I don't really want to buy at these prices, so I'm kind of holding off for that to drop back a little bit into the probably below the $45 mark is where I'd be looking at. So potentially iRobot could be a buy, maybe JD a sell. Align Technology would have to be a $300 stock for me to sell it and take some of the profit. So I still think that could go up quite a bit from here. So overall, guys, it's probably going to be a quiet month in the portfolio, but hopefully there is some moves in the stock market and I'll buy some. But overall, a really good month. I'm really happy with the month of October for us. A great return against the S&P 500, and we got the lead back on the S&P 500 again, which was really good. So I hope you enjoyed that video looking at my portfolio, guys. I hope you appreciate the transparent sharing I do with how I'm doing my investments. I hope you appreciate that, and if you could give the video a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video.